Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is an interview I've been really looking forward to. And the individual concerned, who is my special guest on The Nation, wants to know we've not been able to set up the time. And I don't think he's been dodging me. I think he's just been incredibly busy. Prashant Kishor, it's a pleasure to have you sitting next to me. Second time we are talking.
Same here. Thank you.
And this interview is being recorded, viewers, in Kolkata. And he's the man. He's planned the whole election campaign. Just by way of introduction, I'd say this to you. Prashant is one of the youngest new dynamos in Indian politics. He's been in politics. Now, I have never been able to quite make out whether he's a spectator to politics, a participant, or an influencer. I think it's a mix of all of it. And my own bet is, I say it right at the start, that I am absolutely sure that Prashant is a long-term player in Indian politics. But now for him, the issue is Bengal. So Prashant, have you lost the momentum in Bengal in the last 10 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Because you've got strategy on your side.
Yes.
But the BJP, the scale of their campaign this time,
Yeah.
is unprecedented, isn't it? The way they are fighting in Bengal.
But they always fight this way. The scale could be different because the fight is of a different nature and different scale. But I don't know why you are saying that we have lost momentum. If anything, we have gained momentum.
Mithun Chakrabarti is campaigning, Amit Shah is campaigning, Yogi Adityanath is campaigning, Smriti Irani is speaking in Bengali, very popular.
Just for you and your viewers to have the context, in a small state like Delhi, BJP got all their chief ministers, close to 300 member parliaments, so many other influencers, and still they got 8.
But here you are the incumbent.
Yes, we are the incumbent. So what I'm trying to tell you, that just by bringing too many people or big names, that doesn't necessarily make your campaign much more successful.
But they've got a gap of only 4 to 5% from you, and they are.
At least you are accepting that we are ahead 4%.
No, I'm accepting that as per the last elections, the gap I think was 4 to 5%.
Yes, so we were always ahead in all surveys which are in public domain. Trinamool was always ahead. It is for the BJP to do the catch up. Now they are playing all this what they are good at. They are making tall claims, they are bringing a lot of resources, there are a lot of people around, but I can tell you, if anything, I am much more certain after 3 rounds than what I was at before.
Amit Shah said today in a press conference, BJP is winning 63 to 68 seats in already 3 concluded phases. A big leader like Amit Shah has actually put an accurate number on.
I'm so glad. I only wish that he has, I hope that he has changed his psephologists. He is not banking on the same psephologist what he was doing in Delhi or Jharkhand, because he made the similar claims in elections in Delhi, in Jharkhand, in Bihar, and all those claims turned out to be
Then why was Mamata Banerjee so nervous in Nandigram on the day of the vote?
But you know, when you're fighting election seriously, then media calls it that you're nervous. If we are not fighting seriously, then you are calling us that we have given up, opposition does not have anyone to fight.
But she was
BJP
nervous.
is the only one who is fighting.
She was nervous. She came out at 2
what
o'clock
makes you
in the
think that, no, how do you quantify that she was nervous? If her worker, her booth worker or booth in charge has been attacked, she went there. Any candidate would do that. Why would you say that she was nervous?
The cameras. She was calling the governor from the polling booth.
No, but
polling was held up for 3 hours. I mean, this is
no, polling was not held up because she went there. Polling was held up much earlier because the booth agent of Trinamool was not allowed to sit there. Because of quote unquote the BJP people, he had to run away. The polling was stopped. So as a candidate, she went there.
But you're on the back foot. So
why I'm on the back foot again?
Because after the so-called leak photo.
Which leaked photo?
Leaked photo allegedly by IPAC. I'm saying allegedly by IPAC. Allegedly by IPAC.
We have formally denied that, and those who are creating those photos, they are not even smart enough to know that you're sitting
that you don't use laptops, that you don't use desktops. I understood what your clarification was, but the fact was, let me tell the viewers what happened. There was a leaked photo allegedly by IPAC, which is Prashant's organization, showing poll predictions of the BJP taking a lead in phase 2 of the Bengal polls, and Mamata Banerjee losing Nandigram against Shuvendu. You had to clarify that the survey was fake.
Let me reiterate.
You had to clarify.
In December, I have said BJP will struggle to cross double digit. After 3 rounds of poll in Bengal, if there is anything, my conviction and my confidence is much more than what it was in December. BJP will struggle to cross 100.
That's the usual kind of statement.
It's not a usual kind of statement. I have even added by saying that if this turns out not to be true, I will quit this job.
Quit what?
I will quit what I do, what I have been doing in the last 7-8 years.
If the BJP crosses 100, what will you do?
I will leave this space completely. I will leave this space. Let there be no ambiguity on this. I will cease to exist as political aid in the form and manner in which I have been in the last 7-8 years to various political parties and leaders.
Why have you made it so personal?
It is not personal. It is personal. I tell you why. I tell you why. Because since the time I am doing this job, people who work with me, they know that it has been always my position that the day we are not able to deliver the way we want, we must not be in this space. One exception was UP, where we lost it. In last 8-9 years, we have not lost a single election. Just for the record, we have lost one election, that was in UP. In UP, as I have explained this to you in our last introduction, we think we were right in our assessment, we couldn't execute. In Bengal, I am very confident because we think our assessment, we have been thorough and objective in our assessment, and we have been nearly clinical in the execution. So if after doing all these things, still we are not able to deliver, then we have got no business to be.
You're a professional. Why you?
No, I'm not a professional in my head the way you think.
No, not in the way you think. People are passionate, but you got emotionally involved in Bengal.
Yes,
why are you emotionally involved?
No, I don't have.
You are telling me you'll close IPAC. This entire organization which you will set up, you are saying you'll close this entire organization.
Prashant Kishor, yes, I will quit the profession, no doubt about it. And all I'm trying to tell you is that I'm much more convinced about my assessment which I made publicly in December after 3 rounds of polls, because BJP simply does not have the traction which they claim to be having in Bengal.
You're in Mamata Banerjee's ear. People say you're the one she's constantly taking advice from. Prashant, what if she loses Nandigram? Will she ask someone else to vacate a seat for her if she loses Nandigram?
The question does not arise. Mamata Banerjee is winning Nandigram and winning it big.
Of course it arises. Shubhendu is a considerable. Shubhendu has been a very, very fierce opponent for Mamata. Can you tell me, as Mamata Banerjee's closest advisor, has she in her entire political career been challenged as much politically as by Shubhendu?
I think she has been challenged all her life. If you look at her first election against Somnath Das, she has fought much bigger elections. What he is fighting in Nandigram is relatively a cakewalk for her.
What if she loses Nandigram?
The question does not arise.
No, but the question arises. You also answer the previous question. You answered the previous question by saying that, equally by your logic, you are also saying the question does not arise that the BJP goes above 100.
Yes.
You have said if that were to happen, you will quit this space.
Yes.
And therefore I ask you, even if you say the question does not arise, what if Mamata loses Nandigram? What happens then?
But then that question you have to pose to Mamata Banerjee. I can speak for myself. I cannot speak on behalf of Mamata Banerjee.
Are you underplaying the impact of Prime Minister Modi?
I'm not underplaying anyone. I'm not underplaying anyone. But you have to understand, and your viewers have to understand one thing. If BJP were to win Bengal, or for that matter, any party that has to win Bengal has to secure close to 45% vote. Under the current situation, I do not see how BJP can get 45% vote. You cut it any which way you want.
Did you to counter to that, did you ever expect that the BJP will get 18 seats and 40.6% vote share from the 2014 tally of 2 votes and 17% vote share? You didn't predict that either?
No, but I'm not in the prediction.
No, but you said that.
I am saying, see, BJP has become a very big political force in Bengal. There's no denying of that. Any party that gets 40% vote in a state as big as West Bengal have to be taken very, very seriously. They are a formidable force, they are doing very well, but that does not mean that they are winning. You can do very well and you can be a very fierce opponent, but still you could lose.
Maybe you're looking at it mathematically. Maybe you're not
looking at
the undercurrent, which in a state
I am
like
looking
Bengal,
it from all possible angles which is possible for someone with my skills and experience.
Let me tell you, you're the political strategist, you look at the numbers.
No, I'm not looking at numbers, I'm looking at everything.
I am a trained sociologist.
Yes.
And I study social behavior, and one of the indications of social behavior is the presence or absence of political graffiti. Go around Kolkata today, on a scale of 1 to 10, if the graffiti, flags, balloons, signs, insignia of Trinamool is 10, BJP is 1, that for me indicates an underlying fear that even a BJP supporter, even a BJP supporter, after 10 years of Trinamool Raj, will never put a flag on top of their house or shed.
Imagine, this coming from a senior journalist like you, I'm surprised. If we would not have had the flags and banners and posters and hoardings, you would have been telling that BJP has completely overrun Calcutta. There is no one out there who is willing to take, at least you are accepting on record that in terms of visibility, in terms of branding, in terms of popular
optics, it doesn't mean an undercurrent.
No, I'm not talking about, let's say undercurrent is in the minds of people who want to see it. But I'm saying at least in terms of the way Trinamool is fighting, no one can find fault that we are not fighting it with all what we have.
You are fighting with all. You have the left.
Despite the fact that BJP has unmatched resources, they have money, they have government, they have everything going for them. Still, as you yourself has just put on record, we are fighting and we are not letting an inch
Prashant,
to go
you are fighting
without fighting.
But 2010, 2011, the city was red, the graffiti was left, the hammer and sickle was everywhere, and yet they lost.
No.
Yes, it was.
No.
I have come to Kolkata in those days. It was red all through till the tide turned in the election. No. So that was my question on graffiti. My question was somewhere.
In Calcutta, I don't think Trinamool will lose even one seat. Forget about the undercurrent. In Calcutta, if we are talking about specifically about Calcutta Municipal Corporation, I don't think Trinamool is losing even a single seat in the city.
But the confidence is lost. That's why...
But the confidence is lost in the eyes of people like you.
Not at all. In the eyes
we are as confident. Am I looking underconfident?
You always look confident.
I have always looked confident, but you look at the result. In Delhi, the same BJP, the same leaders, the same propaganda machinery, they claim that they are winning 40 to 42 seats.
Bengal is not Delhi.
But if they could not predict Delhi, how are they able to predict Bengal? They could not predict
my own theory to Delhi.
But that's why I told you that I hope that Mr. Amit Shah has changed his psephologists or his data guys, because at least basis last 2-3 elections, his predictions were not anywhere close to what he claimed.
Your comparison to Delhi is wrong because...
let's take Jharkhand.
No, but you're not letting me complete.
Let's take Jharkhand.
Let's look at Delhi. I'm saying in Delhi there was not that kind of incumbency against Arvind Kejriwal.
How do we know? He was also an incumbent 5 years.
Not for 10 years, 5 years. 5 years. A. B. I believe that somewhere the Delhi voter, because the elections came 6 months after the national elections, cyclically had decided we'll vote for the BJP in national elections and Kejriwal in
No, but these all analysis are post factor.
Then why is Mamata Banerjee attacking the CRPF? I'll tell you one thing which I find interesting. She says, I will suggest to my Mahila Morcha to go and gherao CRPF. Start gherawing CRPF. Wherever you see CRPF, gherao them on voting day. Why is she making these comments? No. She didn't say that. She didn't say that. Allow me to complete. She didn't say that in 2011. In 2011, there were helicopters giving aerial surveillance.
Just play
4 or 6.
Play her bite. What she said on the day when the voting happened in Nandigram, and in your own words, she was rattled. What she said, that I have got no problem with the CRPF people, CRPF Jawans. I have. In her words, she has problem in Home Minister dictating terms with CRPF and them listening to CRPF. You
are casting a political aspersion on a paramilitary force.
No, we are not. She clearly said that it is BJP leadership that is controlling CRPF.
So can I complete my comment? I was doing some research. I found there were helicopters keeping aerial surveillance. Mamata said nothing. 614 companies of central forces, 41 permanently posted companies. 2016, there were 75,000 central paramilitary forces ahead of the third round of polls. She never made an allegation. She welcomed them then. So my only presumption is, at that time she was confident, she's not confident now.
No, I'm telling you.
She's trying to look for alibis.
As a journalist, as a news organization, you would have realized by now that no matter how much central government is claiming that elections are free and fair and there's a massive deployment of central forces and elections are happening over 1 month and a half, 8 phases, under the pretext of what? That elections should be free and fair and there should be no violence. Look at the first 3 phases. Look at the last 3rd phase. Trinamool candidates, a female candidate has been attacked, chased, not once, 3 times in one day. So where are the central forces? So this question lies to
Shobha
the,
Majumdar?
Sorry?
Who killed Shobha Majumdar?
I don't know who. No, I don't
lady?
know. I'm not a police investigator.
She said I was beaten by the Trinamool.
See, such allegations and counter allegations could be on the both sides. Last night, Girin Nath Burman, he is one of the most respected Rajvanshi leaders in Kuch Bihar. In the night, in the late evening, he was attacked brutally. Pictures are circulating all over the West Bengal. Are we to say that who attacked him?
Yesterday morning,
violence of any form, whether it is from Trinamool or from BJP, should be stopped, and the responsibility to do this is squarely lies with Election Commission. So they should be taken.
But yesterday in the morning, an ISF worker was repeatedly beaten. The video went viral, and he was being told that you put complaints against Trinamool, and the video was there, and he was being beaten black and blue. It was all over. It was shocking. Shobha Majumdar died. Women leaders of the BJP were fully assaulted in Papia, was fully assaulted. The video has gone viral. You see, you have to acknowledge
these complaints.
You'll disregard it.
No, I'm not disregarding.
You will disregard.
What I'm saying, in last 1 year, BJP has been constantly putting this allegation that their workers are harassed or
killed.
Killing is like, I don't know. I don't want to use the word because that's what they claim. The courts and the law of the land has to verify that. If someone is found guilty, should be punished. If it is the TMC guy, that does not absolve the responsibility or the culpability. But just to claim as a political propaganda that our workers are under attack, and just look at how many BJP leaders here are having Y plus or above category security.
Who attacked Dilip Ghosh?
I don't know, you go and ask who.
But your party spokesperson Riju Datta came on my program.
You think Dilip Ghosh is a weak person? You think he does not have adequate security? He's a state president of BJP.
You are saying strong leaders with adequate security should be attacked?
No, I'm saying if they are being attacked, then they have the machinery, they have the resources, they have the system to check. And
but when we speak to your party spokespersons, they say, who told Dilip Ghosh to go into an area where there had been a BJP rally?
I'm not here to defend or second what the Trinamool spokesperson are saying. What I'm saying is the big leaders of BJP who quote unquote are fearing the Trinamool people on the ground are completely
take a pause at this step and answer a broader question, which is that Mamta's got a feeling, and therefore we take it as Prashant Kishor's feeling as well, that the opposition must not enter Bengal. This is our territory. Any party entering Bengal will be called Bohiragato or outsider, and that there is some moral right to rule Bengal.
No,
there is a moral right to rule Bengal, which is not right.
As a political party, you would always like to guard your territory, if for the want of a better word. The question of Bohiragato is being overplayed. If Mr. Modi is fighting election in Gujarat, naturally he would have some advantage being Gujarati. She is a daughter of Bengal, and that message or that emotion is being played out. What is wrong in it? There is nothing wrong in claiming to be the daughter of Bengal, because she is the daughter of Bengal.
I'll give you one example. The example is this, that
it is BJP which is fearful that if people reject.
No. Fear is in the word outside, and I'll tell you why. Prashant, my own view is, and you must see Prashant, I know that you are strongly and profoundly anti-BJP, and you have
I'm not.
You have a right to be, but
I'm not anti anyone. I am for Trinamool here.
Nobody better than Prashant Kishor. Please allow me now, Prashant. You have worked closely with both Mr. Modi and Mr. Amit Shah.
Yes.
And you are fully aware that any political party campaigning against them, not once when Narendra Modi was Chief Minister, did he say that those who are coming for Delhi to campaign in Gujarat are outsiders? This is a unique political formulation in Bengal.
Let me correct you on this. The second election of Mr. Modi in Gujarat was, the whole campaign slogan was Jeetega Gujarat.
No, that's It was not about
Mr. Modi, it was not about BJP, it was clearly in these two words, Jeetega Gujarat.
Even today's Arvind Kejriwal. Arvind Kejriwal, who has won the Surat local elections, is he being called an outsider in Gujarat?
No, I'm not talking about. I'm not talking because Arvind Kejriwal is not a player at that scale. I'm saying
the Congress was.
No, you asked me a question whether they have used it earlier. I'm saying the campaign slogan, the theme of BJP campaign was not BJP, not Mr. Modi. It was Jeetega Gujarat.
So what's wrong with it?
So that's what I'm saying. So if someone is saying the same thing about Bihar or Bengal, why are you?
Where is the equivalent of Bohiragoto?
But it is because you yourself claim that I am the Gujarati, so others who are coming, they are not entitled.
You're a secular person, you're allowing everything, you're defending the undefensible. I'm asking you, is it not, let's ask you logically, Prashant, is it not against the representation of People's Act when Muslims are told to vote as a unit? And now let me ask you a longer question. I will ask you a longer question.
On this, I must.
You're not letting me finish.
Let me complete.
No, you're on the defensive already.
Let me complete.
You're on the defensive.
No, let me complete.
You're on the defensive, so you're not.
I have not, in last 8 or 9 years, I have not seen an election where religion is used as blatantly as BJP is using in Bengal.
Now let me ask
and they are accusing us
in Tarakeshwar, where Swapan Das Gupta is the candidate. Mamta Banerjee goes to the rally in Tarakeshwar on the 4th of April, a few days back, and she says, I appeal to my Muslim minority brothers and sisters with folded hands. The shaitan, look at the words, the shaitan who is fighting with BJP's money. Do not listen to him. Please keep Muslim votes together as a unit. Don't divide the Muslim vote. And my question to you is that this is a classified corrupt practice to call for votes based on religious identity under section 123(3) of the Representation of People's Act 1951. Anyone takes you to court, you will lose this, and beyond the legal violation. No, you haven't heard me yet. Beyond the legal violation, is this secularism? When you are making this debate about secularism.
In Bengal,
you'll say it doesn't matter.
In Bengal, you have been here for quite some time now. Have you heard a single slogan of BJP? The BJP slogan here is
why are you pointing to the BJP? You are responsible for your
entire slogan. BJP's entire slogan has been Jai Shri Ram. You go there on the ground. You're responding
to them.
No, I'm not responding.
Jai Shri Ram is not saying all Hindus come together and don't let your votes be divided.
Which act of Election Commission allows you to so brazenly use or rather misuse the religious sentiments, slogans, icons? Entire campaign of BJP is around only this.
Response to you, Jai Shri Ram in common Indian parlance is a greeting. It is not saying all Hindus vote together.
So this is a common practice for the political leaders and parties to give call to their supporters that please unite to defeat your opponent.
Muslims.
No, so it's not Muslims. No, in the same statement she said
Hindus are the opponent?
No, she said Hindu also. You read the full statement. You are just partially quoting her only first 2 lines. She said, I appeal to all my Muslim brothers and I also appeal to all my Hindu brothers.
You are insecure about the Muslim.
I'm insecure. We are insecure. For what?
Insecure about the Muslim.
For what?
Because now let me ask you.
We are not.
I've been noticing
I'm as insecure about Muslim vote as I'm insecure about Hindu vote. Or if I am confident, I'm confident about both. I'm insecure, I'm insecure about both.
To divide the Muslim votes, the BJP is spending crores of rupees to bring in a party from Hyderabad. One day she says the ISF is more dangerous than a cobra. Who is the party which from Hyderabad has got crores of rupees from the BJP to come to Bengal?
I have no idea. You should ask her.
You meet her every day?
No, I don't meet her every day. But even if I meet her, I'm not necessarily asking this question because this is irrelevant. I don't know. I don't see any party here from Hyderabad.
Obviously, it is Asaduddin Owaisi.
Oh, is he fighting?
Of course, he's fighting.
Okay, so as far as I understand, Owaisi is not a factor.
No, but Owaisi is not a fighter.
Not a factor at all.
Not a factor.
Because see, elections 3 rounds already gone. Probably he has come now, I am being just told. So obviously he must be fighting some seats. I'm not aware.
What about the ISF? Why does she call Abbas Changra Chele, which means a ruffian boy? How do you call a political leader a Changra Chele or a ruffian boy?
No, ISF is in alliance with Congress and the left. So we know that. And they are fighting. They are the third pole, if you want to say, in these elections. And they are within their democratic right to fight. And we are within our democratic right to say what we have to say about them.
Mr. Kishor, hasn't it been proven that this fear-mongering among Muslims doesn't work? Because in April 2019, Mamata Banerjee attacked the BJP saying the RSS has briefed the BJP that there are many Muslims in West Bengal and so the BJP can sway the Hindu voters in their favor. She portrayed them as insiders, outsiders, and yet 22.22% of the crucial Muslim seats in West Bengal, 22.22% of the crucial Muslim electorate seats in West Bengal swung to the BJP. So
I don't know all these data. I need to be verified and
nobody knows.
But I can tell you one thing. I can tell you one thing.
Nobody knows data better than
anything, you are telling
you
me
know
that
data well.
Yes, I
dodged the question.
So I'm not dodging. Let me answer this. If you are crediting me for designing the Trinamool campaign, I can tell you that we are looking at 10 crore of West Bengal people, whether they are Hindu, whether they are Muslim. It is BJP which is looking at 60 or 70% of the population. As far as we are concerned, we are looking at all, whether they are Muslims or whether they are Hindus, they are all important for us.
Why doesn't Mamata Banerjee say, I request all the Hindu brothers and sisters to come together and vote as one group?
No, she said
vote as one group?
She said it.
And vote as one group?
She said it.
She said
yes,
that Hindus should vote as one group?
In the same statement, you will see, because the Election Commission has raised a query, we are responding. We are responding to that. In the statement, she has said about Muslims and she has also said about the Hindus.
She has said all Hindus come together and vote en bloc to form as one group?
No, she has said that they also have to come together to...
As one group, like she said
as
about
one
Muslims?
group. Yes.
No, she's not said that.
Yes, just go ahead.
You are interpreting that.
No, I'm not. Just go and see.
You're interpreting.
No.
The election in Bengal has become, because of all this, about identity politics, whether it is religion or caste. And Mr. Kishor, you say, I quote you now, I haven't gone to any state in India where caste or identity is not a factor. The SCs in Bengal are the most important factor in these elections. This is not to say that Rajbongshis and Namashadras. See, the election in Bengal unfortunately became entirely about identity politics and caste politics.
It's not only about identity politics, but what I have said is that for the first time probably in last 20-30 years, there is an element of identity that is being played up, and BJP is doing it because they have probably at some point of time they have started targeting SCs as a core voting bloc, and that is why I have said, and I have no problem in accepting that SC voting pattern and how many they vote for BJP or Trinamool is going to be one of the crucial factors.
Why did it become necessary for Mamata Banerjee to declare her Gotra, which is actually I'm Shandilya Gotra? Is it secular? What? Just allow me. On one side, Mr. Kishor, you are in your early 40s yet. You're on the right side of your 40s.
No, I'm now almost 44, so 45.
No, fine. I'm on the wrong side now, so I have a right to say it. What I'm saying is, you're on the right side of your 40s. You're the future of Indian politics.
No, I'm not. Wow, well, that's like a big statement.
Well, you're part of the future of Indian politics.
Yes,
and therefore, I want to understand from you, are you truly comfortable with a political campaign where on one side you're saying Muslims come together and vote together as one for me. On the other side, you are conveniently brandishing Gotras ahead of elections. A person like you should be running a more issue and development focused election than this.
So, are you asking me about Dware Sarkar? Are you asking me about Dware Sarkar? Are you asking me about Didi Ke Bolo? Are you asking me about Paraya Samadhan? You're not.
I'm not.
Media is also interested. Media
because I'm not in disagreement with you.
Because that all has been part of our campaign. But you are only interested in asking about a Gotra or a Chandi Pat or.
But did we ask her to do the Chandi Pat? Did we ask her to
what is the problem?
Gotra?
If BJP can come and BJP leaders can say Jai Shri Ram, if she is comfortable doing Chandi Pat, what is the problem? Have you asked this question to Amit Shah?
Because at a fundamental...
Have you asked this question to Amit Shah that why are you saying Jai Shri Ram? You have not asked.
He is not even apologetic about it. He says...
So we are not apologetic either. We are not apologetic. Did she apologize that I should not have done Chandi Pat? So if she is doing Chandi Pat...
Do you agree when Rahul Gandhi says he's a Janayodhari during the Gujarat election?
No, I'm not here to speak on behalf of Rahul Gandhi.
But you disagree with it.
No, I'm not disagreeing or agreeing. I'm just saying, on a broader point, what I would tell you is that some of the tactical things should not be mistaken
Don't you wish the election went differently?
Sorry?
Don't you wish the whole last 1 month went differently?
No, I'm quite comfortable with the way it is going. I just wish that Election Commission would have been a bit more fair and impartial.
I feel that you wanted to portray Mamata Banerjee as a victim? And
we are very comfortable the way she is being portrayed, which is the daughter of Bengal, and we are doing so very well. We are doing so very well. Let me put it on record. Even those who are quote unquote leaning towards BJP, they will tell you that in phase 1 and phase 2, BJP and there is कांटे की लड़ाई है. BJP ने बहुत अच्छा किया है. They are forgetting that in phase 1 and phase 2, the seats which went for poll are the seats where BJP swept. In Purulia, in Lok Sabha, they won 9-0. In Bankura, they won 12-0. In Jhargram, they won 3-1. So assume that your assessment of we not doing so very well in round 1 and 2 still does not bother me too much, because if I win in Purulia 3 seat or 4 seat or 2 seat, I am snatching seats from BJP, not the other way around. And with all the seats, no, hear me out. With all that number, 9-0 in Purulia, 12-0 in Bankura, BJP could reach 120. So if now more and more people are telling that in those districts there is a tough fight going on.
What is the difference?
Tough fight going on, that means I am snatching seats, not the other way around.
There's a difference. This time it's a three-corner battle. It's a three-way battle. ISF has joined hands with Congress.
No,
so the numbers are divided.
I have told this on record with many other people who I spoke to. This is a completely bipolar election. The party which wants to win Bengal has to secure close to 45% vote share. BJP is in no position, no matter which way you analyze it, to get 45% vote. They might get around 40% vote, which is a very formidable support base for them, but they are not crossing 41% vote share. They are no way closer to 45%. Unless they get 45% vote, they cannot cross 100 seats. And I stand by that assessment.
Who is the real victim? You know, what caused the injury to Mamata Banerjee in Nandigram? And I'm asking you this because there are different versions have been floated. Sometimes Mamata Banerjee blames the BJP for doing it. Then the police says it was an accident.
No, the
what
official,
caused it? Was it overplayed? Was it overplayed to gain empathy or sympathy from
the official stance has been that she got hurt.
Yeah.
Whether she got hurt because of an accident or whether there was some mischief on the part of those who were in the crowd, that's a matter of investigation. And Election Commission, in their own judgment, they have suspended the police officers there. They have asked for a high-level inquiry. If there was nothing, then why they have suspended the police officers there? Why they have removed so many senior officers? Why they have asked for
a Chief Minister?
So Election Commission is placating the Chief Minister. Oh God.
No, I'm saying you created a situation. The Election
Commission is not supposed to get under the pressure or influence of anyone.
My point is that at no single point of time has there been anything to prove a BJP hand in the accident.
But this matter is being investigated. Why
did my senses over
there is a multi-agency probe going on as per the instruction and direction of Election Commission. Let the investigation come out.
Let the investigation come out. Then why does Mamata Banerjee from the Manch keep talking about why there was a conspiracy to attack? Because people wanted to eliminate her. Why
if she thinks that she was attacked, she is entitled. Because she's entitled to think that there was. No, I'm saying she is entitled to portray her point of view. This is the matter of investigation. That is.
And if Dilip Ghosh is attacked, is he entitled to think that Mamata is behind it?
Yeah, he is entitled. He is saying it everywhere.
Yeah, so
Dilip Ghosh also stands on the Manch and he says that Trinamool people are attacking.
But then why?
So if Dilip Ghosh is entitled to say this, equally others are entitled to say.
And then when on 25th March, 85-year-old Shobha Majumdar, and I'll come back to this question.
I don't know. I don't know.
You repeatedly say I don't know.
No, I don't know.
An 85-year-old woman says I was beaten by the Trinamool
According to BJP.
Not BJP.
No,
she says it herself.
No, I'm telling you, according to BJP.
I have the tape.
Not the junior leaders. The top country level leaders have said that more than 100 BJP workers have been quote unquote.
I'm talking of Shobha Majumdar.
Beaten or killed by Trinamool.
Is she not Bengal's mother?
I don't know about the case, so I'm not able to comment about it. No, I don't know.
You're being diplomatic.
No, I'm not being diplomatic. I'm not diplomatic. If I would have known, I would have told.
So why does she say Hata Kunti, Hodol Kut, Neka Chundi, Thappad Maru? Why does she say these things? I mean, why is this kind of language being used? You cannot distance yourself.
I can tell you one thing.
What is this?
The language which Mamata Banerjee uses in her public discourse. No. The language which Mamata Banerjee uses in her public discourse is not very different or than what other political parties and political leaders of her stature have been using across the board. So, sometime in the heat of the moment you use some words which ideally should be avoided, but that holds true for everyone, all leaders in all parties.
On 31st March, Mamata Banerjee in a rally said, goons in Nandigram coming from Bihar and UP are being brought in. You had responded very strongly when a similar comment was made by TDP Chief Chandrababu Naidu in March 2019. You had called it, quote, Prashant Kishor, derogatory language that shows your prejudice and malice against Bihar. You're from Bihar. Why are you silent now?
No, I'm not silent. You are first. What Chandrababu Naidu said was a personal comment against me. He said, he called me a Bihari dacoit. He called me a Bihari dacoit, to which I responded that please focus on getting the support of your fellow citizens and not call people of Bihar dacoit or whatever.
But sir, generalizations are also being made by Mamata.
Generalizations sometimes people do
avoidable?
make. Avoidable, of course it's avoidable.
Why was it being made?
No, see, in Nandigram, in Pur Mednipur, when the elections were happening, there were large-scale problems and allegations of people coming from outside. Naturally, people who are coming from outside in Bengal for these quote-unquote mischiefs, they are not coming from Tamil Nadu. They will come from the neighboring states of Odisha, Jharkhand, Bihar and UP. So that is what she said.
I started my career in Kolkata.
But her respect for people of Bihar is reflected in the fact that I am one of her key advisors.
Of course. And
so if she does not have respect for people of Bihar, why would she have someone from Bihar?
Why does she say people from UP and Bihar? Why does she not say people from UP, Bihar, Himachal, Assam and
because Himachal and Assam are not, Himachal is not neighboring Assam. Assam is, but Assam probably are not neighboring the...
So am I a Bahiragato?
No, you are not no one is Bahiragato till so long you are not presenting yourself as an alternative face in Bengal.
Alternative face?
Because they are presenting that they are the face in Bengal. People of Bengal, no, you have to understand this. Why are we saying Bahiragato? If BJP would have presented a Bengali face as a chief minister, there is no problem. Would have been no problem. The problem is they are saying vote in the name of Mr. Modi. We are saying he is not from Bengal.
Ali was the first mayor of Delhi after independence. She is from Bengal.
Yes.
So was she a
So you could be. No, you could be. Delhi chief minister is not from Delhi.
The first woman chief minister of Uttar Pradesh
could be, but
was from Bengal.
All we are saying is that they have not declared a Bengali face as their potential chief minister candidate. All they are saying, look at how defensive they are. Every day they are answering, Bengal ka Bhumiputra hi yahan ka chief minister hoga. If we would have been in the same situation,
aapko apatti hai?
No, we don't have any apatti. But why are they defensive? If they are so confident, if they don't, if they think that Bahiragato is not an issue, why are they giving this statement? Why are they giving this statement?
You're saying that is your victory. You're saying that is your victory that
yes,
made this statement.
Of course, because they are so rattled on this Bahiragato issue. They are so rattled that none less than the Prime Minister.
So you admit you made it an issue. You just told me 5 minutes back it was not an issue.
I'm saying it is a natural issue. I don't have to make it. I don't have to make it. If she is a daughter of Bengal, election is about Bengal. It is an issue.
When Smriti Irani comes to campaign and speaks in Bengali from the rally, she speaks quite well. Is she Bahiragato?
Did you see how many people attended that rally?
Quite a few people attended her rally.
Did you see how many people?
Did you hear her speech? Answer the question.
See, no one is Bahiragato till the time they are not presenting themselves as an alternative. If I am from Bihar and if I start presenting myself as an alternative in Bengal, people will say that I am coming from outside Bengal. So long I am coming and working and doing something, that does not make me Bahiragato.
Jayalalitha ruled Tamil Nadu for so many years.
Yes, people voted. If people vote for
Bahiragato in Tamil Nadu?
Yes, if so long
she was not.
She was not till, but when she was.
Is Rajnikant Bahiragato in Tamil Nadu?
Yeah, I'm
giving you a fantastic example.
I'm coming to it, but Rajnikant has not been elected. Till the time Jayalalitha was not elected.
I feel
till the time they were not elected, the opposition is within their right to raise one of these.
Can I give you a counter view?
Yes.
And will you hear me on this, Prashant?
See,
the problem with you is Mr. Kishor.
No,
Mr. Kishor, the problem is you never let anybody complete this. I'm glad you're not an anchor. I'm glad you're not an anchor. My question is on the cultural sensibility. I'll give you two.
No, Mr. Adityanath is the Chief Minister of UP.
Yeah.
But he's not from UP. He's not from UP. He's originally from Uttarakhand. The question was not raised before the election because he was not presented as a face. But if he would have been presented as a face, people would raise that he is from Uttarakhand.
Which means you're saying Mamata Banerjee should never be allowed to do politics outside Bengal?
Not as a chief minister, definitely not.
No.
I'm not saying not to allow, but if she goes and tries to become the leader of Gujarat or Maharashtra as chief minister,
Yogi Adityanath is not trying to be the leader. He's only campaigning.
I'm trying to tell you that
Yogi
if Mamata
Adityanath
Banerjee goes tomorrow, if Mamata Banerjee goes tomorrow to
Smriti
Gujarat,
Irani going to project herself as the chief minister of Bengal? Are you worried about that?
No one is talking about Smriti Irani.
No, I'm talking.
I am saying
I'm talking about
if
that. Is Nadda projecting himself as chief minister of Bengal? No.
If Mamata Banerjee goes to Gujarat and she presents that please vote for me in a assembly election, people of Gujarat are within their right to say that you are not from Gujarat.
If Mamata Banerjee goes to Gujarat and she says, please vote for my party, then is she Bahiragato? That's exactly what all the
will be.
BJP
Yes, she will
leaders
be
are.
asked this question that whether your party, she could still be voted.
This is an intensely parochial
No, it's not parochial.
and super regional card that you're making.
Not at all. People are within their right to say that I am from Bengal or I am from Gujarat. It is for the larger public, it's for the electorate to make a choice. If after knowing this they still vote, then you rule.
Okay, so here's my perspective.
No one is stopping you from fighting the election.
Here's my perspective on this. I believe that Bengal is more cosmopolitan, 1 minute, than you may have imagined or perceived. Now allow me. You can say you spent a lesser time in Kolkata than me. I started my career here. I have family here. I give you one example, Prashant. Bhupen Hazarika, the legend from Assam, where you have family. When he came to Kolkata and all his songs were sung in Bengal, the people of Bengal made him one of their own. So Bengal and Bengal's culture is truly very syncretic. My view is 45 years of politics aimed at distancing Bengal from Delhi have perhaps led you to falsely assume that the outsider card will work. I don't think in Kolkata, there is no city where people from all over are welcomed as much as they are in Bengal, like they are in Chennai or in Mumbai. Kolkata is not less cosmopolitan than Mumbai or Bangalore or Chennai.
You are making it very superficial. It's not a question
I'm making it superficial.
No, yes, it's not a question of whether a city or a state.
Perspective
no, I'm telling you why.
Yashwant Sinha was inducted
it's not
into
a question. It's not a question of a city or a state being cosmopolitan or not. It's a question of this is one of the issue on which electorates, while making their choice, they have to factor this in. That's it. If after knowing this, they still vote for the party, it's fine. Then they rule.
Yashwant Sinha was inducted into your party. Jaya Bachchan was campaigning in your party.
Yeah. So what is the problem?
RJD,
they are not
NCP.
the face of. They are not the face of Bengal. They are not being presented as the potential chief minister of Bengal.
Being presented as chief minister.
But they need to declare.
No.
They need to declare who is the chief minister candidate.
No. Who's been positioned as? You're overreacting to it.
No, we are not. We are just saying that all those who are coming from BJP, they are making all these tall claims. They have not declared if chief ministerial phase that who will be their chief minister.
Are you overreacting to all this? Because
we are not overreacting.
Stakes are very high for you. Stakes are very high.
Stakes are always high.
No, this time it's very high. You have put with your comment earlier in the interview.
Yes.
You have put your career at stake. What is the message?
My career is not at stake for two reasons.
You put your political career at stake to declare that the TMC will win and the BJP won't get more than 99. You are working as a strategic to the TMC, but you are putting an impressive number on the opposition party, which currently has 2 seats in the assembly. Right? What is the messaging that you are trying to make it? You are making it Prashant Kishor versus the BJP this way. It has become...
See, parties win or lose. If Trinamool wins, they will win because of their own work, their strength, their leadership, the work they have done or they have not done. People like us can only help on the margin.
Then why are you saying that if the BJP gets more than 99,
I'm coming to it. But having seen and worked with them in last 1 year and a half, and basis what we understand of this domain, I'm very certain that Trinamool is going to have a decisive victory and BJP will struggle to cross or double digit. That's the assessment.
Why have the elections in Bengal become about you?
It's not about me. It's about Mamata Banerjee and Mr. Modi. It is about Trinamool and BJP.
No,
it's not about me.
It's written.
I have said this earlier also.
Why Bengal elections is a litmus test for Prashant Kishor?
No, this is
Bengal poll will decide if poll strategies Prashant Kishor creates winners or the other way around.
No, but
why the X factor in Bengal
I can tell
faces
you
the toughest yet? You have been published left, right, and centre. This election has become about you.
I cannot.
This election has become about you.
I cannot stop people. I have similar things have been written when we were doing the other elections, and I can tell you after Bengal elections, the same people will turn around, and many of them, if not all, and say we always knew that TMC is to win. What is Prashant Kishor what Prashant Kishor has done? We have seen it in every election. This happens. People move from one side, and that's the advantage and benefit you have as a journalist or as an analyst or commentator, because you can move from one side to another side and just give explanation to justify the outcome any which way.
Which is more important for you, Tamil Nadu, where you are advising Stalin, or Bengal?
It's both are important.
No, what's the campaign in Tamil Nadu been like?
You have seen Tamil Nadu has seen one of the.
But you're not putting a number to Tamil Nadu and saying that if Stalin doesn't get X number, I will quit the job.
So I'm.
So you're more emotional.
In Bengal also, I'm not saying how many 3MC will get. I just made that comment in the context of Mr. Shah making this tall claim that they are going to get 200 seats.
I want to know about what the number is for the opposition that you will put similarly in Tamil Nadu.
In Tamil Nadu, I think there will be less than 50.
Who?
The opposition, the combined opposition in Tamil Nadu, after the vote, what I have seen, it's very difficult to put a hard number, but there would be less than 50.
And anything more than that, you'll quit the profession?
No, I'm not saying that.
Then why are you more emotional?
It's because here the provocation was made on the basis.
Who's provoking you? Who's provoking?
No, that BJP saying that we are winning 200
You
seats.
say Amit Shah is provoking?
No, it's not Amit Shah.
Yogi is provoking.
It's not about one individual. It's about this whole narrative that has been created that BJP is sweeping Bengal when the fact on the ground is very different.
Are you hedging your bets by taking on work even before the election results are out? Why did you pick up the Punjab assignment?
No, I have not taken any assignment in Punjab. Let me just.
Of course, you've got a status of a cabinet minister.
No,
in Punjab,
but
and you're advising Amrinder Singh. Amrinder Singh is busy tweeting about you, and you're saying you're not taking an assignment.
Let me just clarify this. Whenever you manage these elections, and when you are, you are able to help someone win election, these offers to become their advisor or to work with them or continue to be with them are always there on the table. It is for people like us to decide whether I want to go and remain there wedded to one party or one state for all times to come. I don't think that is an assignment that I have taken for the next election. He wanted it for me to be there to help, and I have agreed. I have not been able to spend any time there.
What's your game? What's your game?
What's my game? My game is to win West Bengal and Tamil Nadu.
No, I'm not saying that. You see, what's your political game?
I don't have any political game.
Of course you do.
My game is to learn and secure as many victories as possible as part of my learning curve.
Will you ever work with the Vadra Gandhi family?
Sorry?
Will you ever work with the Vadra Gandhi family?
Which is Vadra family?
Vadra Gandhi, Priyanka Vadra, Rahul Gandhi, Vadra Gandhi.
You mean to say the Congress Gandhi family?
The Vadra, as I call it, the
Vadra. That's like
Congress.
Yeah, no, I have a very cordial relationship
Will you work
with them. No, working is a very different call. It is function of many other things.
No, so why?
It's because they have not. First of all, they have not sought my help. Second, if they do, I have to figure it out that if I am able to add any value to their ecosystem, and if all that happens, then we'll have to see if I'm able to work with them or not. But right now, it is not on the table. Why to discuss that?
I think there's a fundamental disagreement in your mind.
About?
I mean, each time you let someone say it to you on your face, Prashant, you are a product of whether one agrees with you or not. And more people disagree with you. You're the product of a meritocratic system, and you worked your way up since your late 20s to now. And wherever you are, you put in 15 years of hard effort, you've faced the losses, you've been beaten, you've fought with big political leaders, and you're surviving on your own. So you are, even if I were to disagree with you on 90% of what you say, I will agree with the fact that you worked your way up. I think you will never be able to work with slothful and indolent dynasts like there are in the Congress party, and there is a fundamental disagreement.
I will not make such, I will not add such qualifiers.
So then let me say this, you may not be as comfortable.
No, it's not a question of, I'm not someone who holds my
Forget
thought.
the epithets. I would say that you will never be comfortable working in that system, because perhaps you are more of a
I'm
freelancer,
comfortable working in any setup that allows me to do what I think is right.
which you won't get.
I don't know, and that's why if I don't get, then
But
that's
it
why
doesn't
I'm not
excite
working
you.
with
The
them.
possibility doesn't excite you.
But I'm saying that's why I'm not working with them. If I don't get to do what I want to do, then of course I will not work.
You know, you're a difficult person to have around in any party. Why I'll tell you this is because I saw the comment that Shiromani Akal Dal leader Bikram Singh Majithia said in the context of entry to Punjab. Whichever state you go into, you upset 90% of the people. He said, Sunil Jakhar does not have any role to win the party now, because Kishor is empowered to interact with the legislators directly. In Tamil Nadu, the other side, EIDMK has accused you of being the real DMK chief after you were hired by the party. I think it was in February 2020.
So imagine how rattled they are. I'm nobody. I go to Tamil Nadu, and the party that is ruling Tamil Nadu for last 10 years, they are so rattled with my presence there as in an advisory capacity that they are thinking that I have become DMK. That just shows how rattled they are.
Do you think at some point of time that rather than play the role of an advisor, that you would really get into it yourself?
No, I got into politics and I failed.
Why did you fail?
I failed. I have no qualms in admitting that I failed, at least in my first attempt. And I would have learned my lessons. I will go back, but I can assure you that this is just the pause. I will go back to it, probably better prepared, and do the job what needs to be done.
I like that breaking news.
What?
You just said that you're going to go back to...
Yes, of course I will go back as a politician. I'm not going to be the political aide all my life. And I have tried, I failed, and I have no problem in that. I would have made some mistake, or I would have not probably figured it out the way it should have been done. I will go back and again try. There's no harm in, I'm not scared of losing, or I'm not scared of defeat. I will go back and I will try.
When are you launching your startup?
No, I have no idea when I'm going
National or regional?
I have no idea
What
about those things.
excites you? What excites you? Having gained considerable experience and working with various players in different parts and demographies and geographies of the country, would you like to play that role more at a national or a regional?
So I tell you something, a lot of young people who work with me, I keep telling them that if you want to have influence at India level, you have to give at least 10, 12 years. It's a continent. Every state is almost like a big nation. So once I have been 10 years doing this. Maybe if I win Bengal, I would remain in this domain for a couple of more years, but maybe not. I don't know. I cannot give you a precise time when I join and become a full-time politician, but I will at some point of time. I tried, I failed, and I have no problem in admitting that I failed, but I will try again.
But would you do it on your own?
I don't know. I don't know. If I would have known, I would have told you. I don't know the time, I don't know the platform, I don't know the modalities of it. But one thing is clear, that I will go back to politics and I will try one more time at least, if not more.
Well, that is very exciting.
Yes.
When will we hear that announcement?
I don't know. First, let me just win Bengal. 2nd of May.
Anxious?
No, I'm not anxious. Not at all.
Where will you be on 2nd of May?
Am I looking anxious?
Where will you be on 2nd of May?
I have not figured it out where I will be on 2nd of May. Maybe here, maybe Tamil Nadu, maybe in Delhi.
I wish you all the best, Prashant.
Okay.
You're an interesting player in Indian politics. Thank you, Prashant.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.